Okay, everybody, Strife Pro League is back. We are set up. We are ready to go. These are our grand finals, Series 3, coming to an end right here, right now. Ascent Gaming versus Flipside Tactics. These are the top two seeds into the tournament. They're the top two teams, in the regular series league. So it is no surprise that these are the two teams battling it out, for that grand prize money today. I'm excited. Hogan, are you excited?
Yeah, I mean, these are, to some extent, the same two teams that were in the finals last season, and they gave a great performance. And, of course, SG, now known as AG, were able to take it down. But Flipside Tactics, they're a different squad this time around. They've merged two teams together, the disbandment of Reason and the rebirth of Flipside, to create a super squad that poses a legit threat to AG. But until somebody beats them, AG are the best team right now, and then you just can't dispute it. They won last season. They showed during the regular season they're a very difficult team to beat. They've mastered a lot of heroes, and they have deep pools around the board. So we'll see if they break out their interesting strategies these games.
Yep, absolutely, and I completely agree with you. Ascent Gaming, top team in Strife right now. They drop a game here and there to some of these top teams as well. But overall, best, most consistent performance, most wins, absolutely Ascent Gaming. Coming out, really good players on this team. But this draft has started. Let me switch on over so we don't miss all the fun. Bans are actually coming out. They ban out Ray against, I'm assuming that's a respect ban for Relit. They just don't want to deal with Relit Roman on that Ray. Or am I wrong on that?
No, I just like the alliteration, Relit roaming on Ray. But that's definitely the truth. Relit's Ray is too strong. Even last game, he won a build that was unorthodox, and he was still able to make it work. So, that just shows his confidence with that hero. He can take it in many different directions and fulfill many different roles for his team. And AG are going to get the Claudessa first. They value Claudessa immensely, so much so that they pick it over the Bastion, who was available. And the response picks from F3 are Wolf Joe and Vermilion.
Yeah, that Wolf Joe hero is real strong, real annoying.
Yeah, I mean, Wolf Joe hero has great skill set, and the player seems to have this natural ability to play the hero. I don't know what it is, but for some reason those two really have great synergy between one another, work together well. It's an early pick for a Harrower here. It's a little early. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I'm glad. Well, he's obviously acknowledging that the matchup is likely going to be him versus Feder, so he must be pretty confident.
Sure, but I mean, if we think about it, AG is known. They will pick up Harrower if he's on the board, and maybe they don't want to play against a Harrower. They don't want to play against a Tompus on Harrower, and they'd rather be more comfortable with Wolf Joe playing it. I mean, that could be what that was about, in their picking it up in their first round there.
Yeah, it's very possible. AG responds by picking up Hail and Malady. No surprise here. The Hail Malady lane has been something they've been running a lot recently. They feel confident, especially with Ray being banned out. They're going to be up against a matchup that they think they can do well against. It is likely going to be Carter or Ace +1 in that mid lane, I suppose, looking at the heroes that are left in the pool. So, it's definitely a good sign for them. Wouldn't be too surprised if we saw a Jinshi pick coming up here from F3. She's still on the board. Jinshi and Bastion, both still available. I don't think they pick both of them, but I definitely think they pick one of them. If you want to break it down logically, yeah.
Jinshi, I was about to say, I'm curious if they're going to pick up that Tinder. I know Thatchy highly values, Tinder, but that's him. Marley's one who does the drafting for Flipside Tactics, but they do pick up that Tinder, so they have that, Tinder Vermilion lane, which can be effective, and they have that Jinshi, which is definitely a solid hero. But looking over here, we see a Trixie picked up. Now, is that going to be a bottom lane Trixie, or is that going to be a side lane Trixie?
It's going to be a bottom lane Trixie. Something we saw Laser Lemon debut, or Tompus, debut the other night against PLS. And it worked pretty well, and then PLS went and used it against some other teams.
Yes.
And it worked pretty well again. The thing is, Trixie doesn't have that many good matchups. Like, Trixie against Rook is bad. Trixie against Feder isn't great. But Trixie against Howard has no way of pushing the wave. So Trixie controls a lot of what can happen in that matchup. And if Howard wants to harass Trixie, he has to queue forward, and that puts him in a lot of hurt from the beam coming out from Trixie. So, you know, she's a very powerful hero, especially when you have a team like this. Her follow-up for the ultimate on the back end of a Hail ultimate can outright win you a fight. So I do like the pick here, and I think it allows them to fit Feder into their lineup as well, without having to be in the bottom lane, so they get some pretty solid lanes out of it. Cool pick by AG, and no surprise from the last pick from F3 being the Carter.
No surprise one bit. They often last pick that Relic hero so many times, and I mean he's just fine on Carter, so we'll see how this plays out. But how are they going to lane this? It's going to be Jinshi Carter again. I mean, I guess their lanes are pretty easy to figure out. I think what's we've seen AG run it so many times, right? We've seen lately that Hail Malady, so I'm assuming we're going to see Hail Malady, which is going to leave that Claudessa Featherstone top. Would be my guess. But we'll find out here in about a minute.
Yeah, I think Hail Malady has to be middle. So F3 know what the lanes are going into it. This is one of those situations a team like Derp would lane swap this and put the farm lane mid because the farm lane has a little bit more sustain. It's a move we don't see many teams make, though. It's interesting that Derp does do it and other teams don't do it. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think if you play it right, you have a lot of bailouts from the Tinder with the Verm there. But if you go the other way and you put the Jinshi Carter mid, they have no outs. They get comboed up by a couple of abilities. Carter or Jinshi can drop very easily. So I do think the lane swap is not a bad idea in this matchup, but I'm just not confident in saying that F3 will do it.
Well, we're going to find out here less than 10 seconds before we load into this game. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Derp does it every once in a while. Maybe another team might switch up, but very, very rarely. Typically, most of these teams keep it to the farm lane top and their kill lane mid. We'll see what happens. You know what we haven't seen really all season for the most part, at least in the pro series, we haven't seen any 2v1 scenarios. I take that back. We did see it one time. I think Artemis tried playing Minerva from PLS, and AG just 2v1'd him and completely shut him down. It was kind of sad to see. But besides that, we haven't really seen anybody try like a 2v1 strat. And if you go back to last series, it was definitely brought out more. I'm curious to see if Flipside Tactics is going to attempt it or not in one of these games, because they've been known to do it.
Yeah, there's almost no way they try it. Carter got nerfed a little bit, and so he's not as strong as a 1v2er. He was the really only 1v2er ever since that really big Trixie nerf.
Yep.
So I just don't think there's any realistic chance of us seeing it. Also, the new heroes are just like bulletproof to 1v2s. Like Howard, he can just scoot away anytime someone comes in on him. Rook bottom can get away from most ganks. You can't kill him, so the 1v2 isn't that valuable. And Featherstone, people just don't 1v2 him because if you get aggressive and try and kill him under tower, he could turn it on you with the shield and the slow. It just isn't a viable move right now because the 1v2ers, there just aren't strong 1v2ers in the pool ever since the recent nerfs.
Sure, no, absolutely. So lanes are what we predicted. I think they're pretty easy to predict here. We're gonna see that Trixie versus Hera bottom lane. It's gonna be fun to watch. I think Tortoise Trixie can actually do some pretty good stuff down there. So a lot of top tier people forget about Tortoise. They forget about what Tortoise does because it's not used often at all anymore. But that burst heal is effective. It can still be a lifesaver, and it can still win a fight for you.
The spirit of a Hasna weaves.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's nothing special.
I'm trying to talk up the Tortoise. I want more people playing it, and you just shot me down.
It just falls off so quickly. Like Pinsir provides real late game value or full game value, and Tortoise provides like early game value, and then like as you get to late game, it's like a nerfed healing rod or something. It's just not great.
How about we talk about this pink hail, this new pink hail skin?
He looks okay. I think the best part about the hail is having the shield on the back and the sword looks cooler.
Yeah.
The skin is okay in general. It's definitely a step up from Hale's old skin, which is kind of clunky and boring. But we'll see what they can make of it. Thinking about it a little bit more, I really think they should have lane swapped. The top reason being that... I'm going to wait a second because top lane they're trading hits and I want to make sure that nothing crazy happens. The top reason being, someone wants to roam from this mid lane constantly, so if you put a stronger lane against it and they roam with a Verm and a Tinder, you pose a real threat at killing the tower every single time they leave the lane.
Oh, it's true.
That's probably the reason why I think they really should have lane swapped, and they decided against it. They're doing okay in the lane so far. We'll see if they can keep up this pressure, though. We all know that SMD and OJC, as a duo, they'll take some hits, but they really get stronger as time goes on.
Yeah, we can almost see a gank happening there in the mid lane. Relic, though, trying to turn it a little bit onto SMD there, but not able to get those rockets to land.
And it looks like right now on the GPM chart, all of AG's lanes are doing very well. F3's lane's not off to a great start. As you would imagine, Howard struggles early. He probably needs level 5 till he can really stand against Trixie. And Trixie's taking full advantage of those early levels where he just can't do much. He can't repel the push with anything. He doesn't apply real pressure to her as a hero. So it's very important that you take advantage of those early levels if you're going to run a Trixie in the bottom lane. And Tompuss is doing that extremely well right now.
Yeah, so what's Wolf Joe going to come out here first time? Is this going to be a dampening cloak with those vitality shards against this Trixie?
Yeah, dampening cloak is probably the best first item choice you can make. Yeah, it's almost 100% dampening cloak, and then after that he'll go straight into a damage item. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Zealot's Blade being worked on after the dampening cloak, just looking at the heroes in this game, and you can see the dampening just got purchased.
Yep, it is on its way. So that will definitely give her a little bit of breathing room, you know, in this lane. How is he leveling up? He has 2 levels of Predator Strike, and we'll see if he then starts leveling up that Feast of Wounds or not. But I mean, it's going to be... I still think it's going to be pretty hard to kill this Herrer with this Trixie. But as long as they can keep farming, they will be just fine.
Yeah, it's not really about getting kills. It's about Howard getting enough farm to not hinder his mid-game. And with the dampening cloak active, he should be able to do that. I do kind of wish he had a throwing axe, or a throwing hatch, or whatever it's called in this game. But it's not really Wolf Joe style. He doesn't build it as often. It just allows you under tower to ensure a couple more of those last hits. And when you're against a Trixie, you know you're going to be under tower.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree with you. I think the throwing axe is starting making a comeback, and you can see it actually. SMD on Malady has it. I think it's a really good item on Malady. I think Malady has such low auto attack damage in the first couple of levels. I don't know. It's so last hitting can be kind of a pain, but that throwing axe just lets you push just a little stronger, I think, and we'll see if that works in their advantage for these roams, because no one's roaming just yet. Obviously, they're a little early for that. I'm assuming SMD's waiting to finish his boots before you really start seeing roams happen, or maybe before they get a kill or something.
Yeah, top lane is going in favor of AG, but I think on paper it should be in favor of F3, so I think they're playing a little bit more conservative. They're respecting Zeevil and Bone a lot here.
And you can see Zeevil is putting out a ton of damage right now.
Yeah, I think in the early levels they may have played a little bit too passive. For some reason they're very reluctant to put any damage on Bone, which makes life easy for Bone, right? He just heals Zeevil every time he heals up.
Yep.
Like he did just then.
And this is the time you want to hit Bone. When Claudessa uses that heal, she doesn't have that damage reduction on herself. That's when you want to put that poke in onto Claudessa. She takes a ton of damage at that point, and then she's got to worry about healing herself at that, you know, or health potting or whatever.
Yeah, they're not really splitting damage well. They're playing very far back. They're respecting the Claudessa Q, which is great, but you have Fervors up, so you should be able to dodge the Claudessa Q pretty regularly with Fervors. And Jinchi comes up and looks for a gank, won't find anything because they sniff it out. So good play by AG to be aware. And SMCL is going to get ready for the rotation back into lane, and they're going to try and catch off Marley here, but they do miss. Good reaction speed by Marley. He gets out of the way.
Oh, Relic though missing a couple rocks there. I'm assuming he wasn't timing how long that stun actually was for, and they're just right in front of Hale there. But yeah, Marley Relic doing
of Relic.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a good job here though in the mid lane. You know, they're dodging SMD when he needs to, and you know, just not dying. Is right now they're not putting enough pressure though in this lane to prevent SMD or from Hale to start roaming when they want to. So we'll see if they're able to kind of regain some of their GPM, because they're definitely, all their lanes are falling behind at the moment.
Yeah, and that's the problem with this lane in general. They can't apply pressure. They can't be up at your tower, because if SMD fakes the roam, then all of a sudden your Carter's dead.
Yep.
Like, it's as simple as that. They just are not capable of doing it, so they have to play conservatively until they have eyes on the heroes on the map.
Here they go. They're going to go in on Relic. No, Relic actually dodges the Whirlwind, and they're going to turn this on to SMD. SMD is definitely going to fall. OJ Concentrate is trying to go in here, but he wants this kill. Can he get his Earthquake is actually already used. Relic is just on the run, but I don't know if he can outrun a melee hero like that, and he's going to get the kill and back off. So it was a 1-for-1 trade in the end there.
It looks like Relic got a little unlucky. He popped a potion, and the catapult turned around and shot him in the face. So it just immediately removed his potion. Meanwhile, top lane, a plant gets dropped. I missed what happened to force the plant drop to occur, but
I'm not sure.
Looks like both
Scorched Earth
cooldowns
was used.
are down.
Yeah. Rocket Jump was used. I don't know who went for the engagement there, but it did not work. We have Relic up here. Relic might be trying to roam. No, he's going to go back into the mid lane, it looks like. And they'll be back to that. Whoa, SMD taking so much damage. Was that one rocket?
Yeah, it's a rocket plus a Mystic. And
oh, Mystic, yeah.
He does have power boots already, so it is going to chunk him.
Yeah, he has his circlet coming out now. How's bottom lane doing here? How is Harrower doing against Trixie here?
Not too well. He needs to get
good.
up to around 400, and he can't really get there yet. I think the throwing axe would have helped him maintain closer, but since he didn't get the throwing axe, it does allow him to get boots faster, which allows him to dodge a lot of the damage coming out from Tompas. But if Tompas keeps applying pressure and gets damage on his tower, this could be trouble. There's a rotation coming from Relic, but also a counter rotation from SMD.
They're going to get this first, though. We'll see what happens. This could go badly for them. Going to get the imminent boom off. Tompas actually using that Tortoise, and they're trying to nuke him down, but no, nice work by SMD with that Whirlwind. They're going to turn this on to Wolf Joe. The Bolt to Bedlam was even used, so no kills coming out. SMD coming around at the right time there for the save.
Yeah, it's one of the things SMD is best at, is the counter rooms. He just figures out where people are when they're off the map and is able to move with them, so that usually allows him to turn around the kill and get a positive result for his team, but that time it allows it to break even.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have Marley here actually activating his ult. I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe he just wanted to heal.
Probably the case. It's pretty low cooldown.
But SMD
big use.
Is roaming bottom lane here. Possibly no. Going to fake it back. Coming back to the mid lane. How's top going here? Has there been... there has been one kill. Yeah, Hale and Carter. Those are the only kills that we saw in the mid lane. So far, nothing else effective has occurred yet in the game. Almost 10 minutes in. You know, it's been I wouldn't say a passive game, but, you know, definitely no one finding that kill potential yet.
Yeah, both teams know that this is an important first game of a series. You want to get off with the lead, so they're going to play it smart, and Thatchy does get caught by a Dragon's Reach. They turn around, put a bunch of damage on Bone, so it's nice to see them splitting damage a little bit more often in this top lane, but they've been pinned back for a while. Malady is on high ground waiting for a roam from Jinshi. Marley might walk right into him. This could be trouble. Carter's in the area, though.
Yeah, Carter is in the area. Oh, he's going to rockets and definitely spot that out. And we're back to normal. So, I mean, flip side, they've been trying to roam. They've been trying to get some stuff done. But at the same time, Ascent Gaming has just been doing a really good job of farming while that's happening. You can see, like, across the board, GPMs are just higher.
Yeah, and you could see what it resulted in. As SMD takes some damage in middle lane, OJC is able to already have up his inertia boots as well as his dampening cloak, and he's working towards what would likely be a Mystic Dagger here.
Maybe,
but
yeah.
against that lane, having a dampening cloak, it's just so effective and efficient because it's all magic damage coming out at you. So having that extra magic armor is huge, and without it, he probably would be taking too much harass to sustain in lane for long periods of time. But with it, he's able to just do his thing. When Malady goes away and is trying to find roams, he can just stand in lane and continue to get his farm. He's top farming the game at 509.
Yep, or a little higher than that even. I mean, they're applying some decent harass to him in the lane here, but, you know, it's just not scaring him off enough. And he is going to port out, but he will be right back. And Malady should be able to defend this just fine all on her own for a while.
Enemy missing mid.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, there's no real pushing pressure coming out from this, and probably expect to see OJC start roaming a little bit more, as well as Malady roaming a little bit more. Jinshi's going to keep poking towards top, but it's difficult for them to really create an opportunity up here because of how far back Dachi and Ralph play. If all of a sudden they start playing forward, then they're going to realize that something's off.
Yep.
And they're just going to counter to respect it. SMD has invis. He's on Relit. Relit's in trouble.
Relit is going down instantly there. And that's going to be that. Yeah, SMD rushing that Shadow Veil and putting it to use right away.
Yeah, it allows them to get a rather easy kill onto Relit. They use a bunch of cooldowns, but it's worth it, especially in the early stages of the game. And now he's making his way top. Invis, he's looking to try and jump on them here, but they can't quite catch up, especially since that Wind Rush is out for Thatch. He allows them to really create distance between them and the gankers.
What do you think, Ralph, rushing Frost Prism first item?
It's become more popular choice as of late on Vermilion. And Runkralf is the god of Vermilion, so anything he does is correct in my mind. It's not the god of Warlocks or Hungry Fellhounds, but he is the god of Vermilion.
The SMD has that Shadow Veil up again. They're going to look for Relit. Relit, actually, they're missing on that Whirlwind, so really good job there. Just kind of getting a little lucky there on his movement. And they're trying to turn this onto SMD, but missing the stun by Marley.
Yeah, Wolfjaw's starting to get a little bit more powerful in this bot lane. His GPM hasn't picked up, but the amount of harass he can effectively apply to Tompas has increased.
Yeah.
And you can see he's starting to bully him a little bit more. So if Tompas doesn't get help down here, all of a sudden just the hero advantage of the mid-game power is going to take over and allow him to assert himself better on the bot lane and catch right back up after being shut down for a long period of time.
In the top lane, they actually do get a kill on to Zeevil there. So that's definitely going to help them catch up a bit with their GPM, but they are definitely still a little behind just from the farming. SMD he's looking for a kill. Oh, he's definitely going to take out. No, Runkralf gets the shield, gets the rocket boots away, and he is out of there. Thatchy, that was some pretty quick reactions there from both teams. SMD almost had it. I'm surprised he could not get the Darkstorm down in time. I think that's what he was like almost in mid-cast for it when he got bindweeded.
Runkralf has no rocket boots. Stop scaring me.
Rocket jump, which are kind of like rocket boots.
Except you like shoot out a cannonball too.
Well,
if rocket boots did that, they'd be pretty strong.
Maybe he should build rocket boots then.
Debatable.
I'm just saying. You want to go for that super long jump.
So here's the help I was talking about on the bottom lane. SMD's going to rotate down here. Wolfjaw's playing conservatively, which is smart. And it looks like they won't be able to get anything.
I mean, it's a Hera, right? It's real hard to like all in on a Hera. Or even with the Malady's a Bolt of Bedlam is just off cooldown now, but he is back. They're gonna look for a pick off here. They're gonna go for Marley, but Jinshi is gonna be able to get away. He does have rocket boots, so that is that. And they are taking this 2OJ concentrate now. The ult is activated. The only problem that Jinshi ult is so difficult because you activate it, and then it has such a long startup time that you almost have to have someone set up a stun with you if you really want to catch people in it.
Yeah, you just kind of pop it to get some health back sometimes.
Yep, basically. And they're actually going to go in here on Marley. Marley is in a little bit of trouble, but SMD is going to get the ult off, but Marley is definitely going to fall anyway. Relic did what he could to try and scare off, you know, Malady, but not enough. Malady has the full kit up. They're going to go in, going to miss the Whirlwind, though. And that is that. Bonus here, there's a 4-man rotation, so this is definitely something Ascent Gaming will do. They have 4 here. They want to take on this tower, and they are going to push this, and I don't think they're going to be able to do anything about it.
No, this is one of AG's moves. They bring everyone together, get the tier 1 mid. It gives them a lot more map space and allows these roamers to just continually
doing what they do,
roam free. So once that tier 1 middle is gone, the map
Thatchy, I don't understand that movement of Thatchy there, but he is definitely gonna die.
Yeah, he was trying to get a tower and then he just walked into them instead of trying to retreat the other way. Maybe he thought they were wrapping on him.
Yeah.
He tried to just meta them, but it didn't really work. Tower is pretty low. They don't get it though, and now it looks like AG is going to be able to apply a lot of pressure on their tower in exchange. So not a great move. It looks like Verm's not even going to try and stand top lane. He knows he can't be there alone, so he's just going to farm jungles. Like I said last game, Ralph is always finding some way to increase his income. It's a very smart play, and he takes no risk here. Last game we talked about how few deaths he had. This game he's at 0 deaths despite being in a tough lane for a long time. And he'll continue to play smart like that. They're going to go ahead and start Baldir here. We'll see if they're going to contest it.
It does not look like they're going to contest this. This is done and done, and they're going to be out of this fight. So what does Flipside Tactics? They need to figure out what to do here. Marley, they're going to try to go on Marley, but Thatchy is in the vicinity, and so is Rella, but they're backing off of this. No kill's going to happen.
Yeah, so, Flipside are just falling behind. I mean, if you look at the gold chart, they're down by 7,000 gold or so.
Yeah, it's huge.
They've lost 2 towers and a Baldir, so the global gold is really in the favor of AG right now. Bottom lane, Relic's coming in to try and get a gank on Tompas. They're going to throw the ultimate at him and shoot the rockets, but he misses the rockets. He knows that OJC's behind him, so he had to just let the rockets go. He couldn't wait for the ult to land, and now Wolfjo retreating, trying to stay alive.
There goes that Earthquake, though. Relit is in a lot of trouble, definitely going to go down there. Wolfjo does survive, and they might get this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane at the same time. And Flipside Tactics not able to really respawn. They're actually going to go in on to Wolfjo there, gets the stun. He uses his CC break, though, and he should be fine with that Predator Strike to dash away. They're definitely going to lose their last tier 1 tower. They're going in on Zeevil, though. They have 2 here. They get the hook back, but they just don't have enough. They actually put the plant down. And now Bone is in a little bit of trouble because here's Vermilion. And no, the rocket jump is going to miss. Marley is taking a lot of damage. And wow, that was a huge dive. They didn't get it. They are getting some tower damage. Just that plant is doing a little bit of work, but just not enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rungralf misses his ultimate there, and it results in them not getting the kill. That was, I mean, they knew that the action was happening bottom, and it went against their favor, so they tried to create something top. You got to respect the idea, but it definitely didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
No, absolutely not. SMD might spot out Relit here. They just saw, they know SMD is definitely in the vicinity because they just saw that change.
SMD goes for the Void Key as well really early here, so that when he engages, he can do so safely. I like this pick. I do it on...
Oh, SMD! Oh, nice! Void Key usage, but he's still a little bit of trouble. No, he's going to back off. Wolfjo just got a Bolt of Bedlam on him. Relit is going in for a kill here on the Tompas. Tompas is going to take the stun. It's not that big of a stun. And here comes a Croaking Curse. Actually does hit Relit. They are on the Warpath, though. The Curse Wand is applied. I'm pretty sure Tompas is going to go down here. So that's a double kill for Marley there. And that's definitely good for them. Runkralf, though, has got to be a little bit of careful here.
Yeah, Runkralf is not afraid of anybody. He continues to attack Bone, even though Bone took him down pretty low. And they're going to go ahead and D this top lane. Let's see if they can apply pressure to the bottom tier 1. That's probably the only victory F3 can find out of that if they're able to take that down. But
they should. They have a plant. They really, really need it. They don't need to use the plant, of course. But so they got a couple kills. They got an objective. So, I mean, that's some positive news here for Flipside Tactics. Take a look at the gold graph. They're cutting it down a little bit, but it's still a pretty huge lead in Ascent Gaming's favor. We're at about 7,000-ish gold lead. It is not a small lead, and they are going to contest this Baldir. It's a possibility. I don't know. They have 2 missing. SMD is coming around from behind him. It's just 2 here. They're going to fall back on it. SMD is looking for an engagement here. They're going to go in on Marley. Marley is going to take it. It's going to CC break it, though. He's going to be just fine. So Bolt of Bedlam is down now, and they're going to try and finish this off. We have Relic coming over. They're going to get it, though.
Yeah, and this is actually a good play by F3. They're trading. So they're behind, so getting global gold is very important for them. They're able to get the tier 2 down bottom,
which is big,
while the other team got Baldir. So I really like that trade. I think it's smarter than trying to all-in them because there's a gold differential in favor of AG. If you try and fight them 5v5, odds are you're going to lose that fight. So getting a trade is always going to be a better decision in this position in the game. The problem is if they can't D their tier 2 top now, the trade is lopsided and will go against their favor.
They're definitely not D'ing this. They're on the run. Wolf Joe is just backing off. Marley is just backing off as well. And they scared him off this tower, and they're just bullying him out of these tower engagements. SMD is in a little bit of trouble. He's definitely going to go down there, but I think they're fine with that. They got a tier 2 tower for it. It's not the worst thing. Oh, they're going on OJ Concentrate right now as well. The Cursed Wand is active. His magic armor is very low, but Zeevil is around the corner. And they're going to take Jinshi out. And the ult finishes after he dies. And he just sunk into the ground there.
Yeah, we saw Bone die there too as well. He was caught back in the Frost Prism auto attacks from Ralph as well as the Cheese Shot. So he'll go down. Tompus takes some harassment from Ralph in the middle lane. Not a horrible fight, but once again, losing that tier 2, it mitigates any slight, pleasure they got from killing the tier 2 on the bottom, and it just continues to put AG in a definitive lead. At this point in the game, AG have so much map control, having 4 towers down already, and being able to take 2 Baldirs, that you have to play very careful if you're on the side of F3. So you see F3, instead of forward positioning and sitting in like the bush where SMD is, they have to play all the way back in the bush closer to their high ground just to make sure they're not getting wrapped on. So stuff like that's going to continue to happen until F3 can assert themselves and take some better map control.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And, we have all 5 basically here. Ralph is, farming the jungle a little bit. But everybody is around the Sindara pit. I don't think we're going to see anybody actually go for Sindara just yet. But Ascent Gaming, has a really good advantage if they really wanted to pressure that. I mean, top lane, it was highly pushed. So they needed somebody over there to kind of clean that up, and Zeevil will gladly take all that farm.
Yeah, Zeevil has a very interesting item build. We don't see Featherstone's build Windrush too often, but it does leave him a lot more safe against these gank attempts. But he does still get killed by Ralph.
Wow!
Ralph just mans up on him and obliterates him. Gotta respect the Ralph.
That was a huge ballsy play there. I mean, he got a level off that too, so now he has a level advantage over Featherstone. But
I may be wrong, but did Featherstone activate Stone Skin there?
I don't know, because I did not get there in time.
I don't think he did, so that could have been the difference maker. I mean, you come out of that stun a little bit quicker. I might be wrong, though.
I don't know.
I don't think I saw it, and it's hard to tell sometimes with Featherstone because he changes colors for his ultimate, so... I'm not going to say.
Oh, here they go. They definitely spot this out. SMD is only going to get 1 in the stun, though. Thatchy is going down. Croaking Curse is on. He's got to get out of this. He's not going to make it out alive.
Oh, Baldir finished him.
Baldir did get the last hit. Bone is going to fall for that as well, though. And in the background, they're trying to chase down Runk Ralph, but OJ Concentrate has to be a little careful. SMD is in Viz and not going to get caught out. He's going to get the Whirlwind off. Oh, they are going to finish him off. Relic getting the snipe there. Marley's going to pay for that, for sticking around a little too long. So in the end, this 3 for 2 in Flipside Tactics' favor. Obviously Baldir is not down yet. They could probably finish this off if they want. If Relic could spot out Tompus here, no, he does not. Does not get it, but they are going to finish off. And they do have Harrower on Wolf Joe, which does let them do these type of objectives extremely safe and extremely quickly, because they don't need all 5 there. They heal up. They don't take a lot of damage from it.
Yeah,
there they go.
Dachi just really got unlucky there. He was surviving with 1 HP. He would have been able to heal himself and shield himself and maybe even throw a plant down. But one laser beam came from Baldir and just shot him in the toe. And that was enough to take him out. That was really unlucky. If he survives there, that fight is a landslide victory for F3. It's still a victory for F3 in that they won 3-2 and they took up Baldir, but that slight little difference of like RNG or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's actually RNG. I think it is because it's random auto attacks from Baldir.
Sure.
Or the random lasers. So that slight difference hurts them ever so. I don't want to say slight again. Ever so slightly.
Mildly this time. But they're going to have to back out of this fight. Everyone's here. They don't want this. The Runkralf is, farming in the jungle in the top lane again. And that's definitely not a good thing. If you wanna, be fighting right now, and they know Runkralf is up here, so they're pretty confident to push this at the spears. Marley though might be in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna rock boots away. He'll be just fine. SMD does that so many times. I don't know why players and teams continue to kind of fall for that. Sitting in this bush here, SMD will always cut off that bush, and they're gonna go right for Sindari. No, okay. Whew. I thought that was gonna be a little crazy.
Yeah, this is a great game for Ralph to just be sitting in top lane and not being with his team. His team is just going to stay somewhat grouped together, and AG's reluctant to engage in them right now because they know they're difficult targets to take down. The later this goes, the more comfortable F3 are going to be, because heroes like Trixie fall off the later you get into a game. Same can be said of Hail to an extent. So, if Ralph's going to get farm in the top lane safely, it's cool. But that being said, he can't really die, then he's not getting farmed safely.
Well, Zeevil got his revenge in that top lane right now in that 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, Ralph ulted, but I don't know if he missed it or if the Stone Skin came into play this time, but something went wrong.
But we see all 5 of AG here. They want to pull this off. They're going to definitely stun out Marley. Marley's got to be careful. He's going to rock boots away. And that will be that. And they're going to go for this other tier 2 tower. So good rotations coming out from AG, because they could destroy this tower extremely quickly. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to stop this or not. Looks like they're going to get another tier 2 tower. I mean, you got Hail, you have Featherstone. They push towers effectively. And they're going to try and go in. They don't really spot SMD out quite yet. He's going to be fine. He's in the bush. And that will be that. He almost got lucky and ran into SMD there. I don't know if that would have been lucky or not, but it is what it is.
Yeah. What they really need right now for F3 to be back into this and be able to compete in any given fight is Howard to finish his Stone Skin. That's a big item on him. Tachi's building towards a sheep right now. That's huge for him. And Relic's getting to the point where he's going to be really strong, so let's see how they are able to execute this. Marley gets sheeped off instantly, though.
Yeah, they put a lot of resources into killing Marley there, and why not take a kill when you can get it, especially with Baldir. I mean, AG had a really nice rotation on the Baldir right there. It was free. And then they also caught out Jin Shi at the same time, so absolutely why not?
Yeah, you can't really afford to get picked off like that. The whole enemy team is around 500 GPM or more. So when you die like that, they're continuing to gain money at such an alarming rate that it could result in them getting the item that just puts them over the top.
Yep.
You can already see that Trixie has that sheep up, and she has her ultimate as well every 90 seconds or so. So double sheep is tough to deal with, even if you have pincer.
Wolf Joe here, he dodges the whirlwind, got very lucky there. Basically, zipping around the corner. And he's going to be fine. He does have his Stone Skin up, though, so that's a huge item on Harrower. Will they be able to have a plant? Are they just going to try and plant down here? No, they're not going to use the plant just yet. And they're actually going to back off of this. They were trying to go for that. Not going to matter. Not going to go for it.
The fact that the tier 1's still middle lane is a huge part of why AG are allowed to just control the flow of this game. There's just not enough space for real rotations to occur on AG's territory if F3 wanted to be aggressive. And we'll see. Both teams have been around this Sindara pit. It's kind of reminiscent of last game where no one's really committing to it yet.
Yep.
But they're hovering around it for prolonged periods of time. We'll see who's going to be the first one to really try and take a stab at it and how it goes for them. But With AG being in so much control right now, I can't see them forcing the issue unnecessarily.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to sit around, they're just looking for a pickoff. Or waiting for Baldir to respawn, you know, give or wait for a lane to push in a favor so they can go for a tower there. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. But, yeah, just a lot of moving back and forth between... Oh, they're actually going to try and sneak in Baldir. They have Hail there, so you got to be careful with that. Same thing with Harrower, right? You got to be careful. They can try and start it for a while all on their own, but they did back off of that. That was a sneaky, sneaky attempt, but it was not successful. Not yet.
Not yet.
So they see that there's a Hail bottom. I think they're going to try and push this and get this. They're going to plant down. They just want to commit to this. They want to make sure they take down this tier 1 tower. I don't know. They're actually not going to get this tower, it would seem. They're backing off. Oh, they do get it. The plant gets it. But here comes everybody else. Hail is still in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's rotating up now.
Yep.
I'm not sure about using the plant. It's okay because they weren't using it for anything else. But now the Baldir breaks out, not having that plant to just space control, it's a big loss for them. I don't want to phrase it as a loss because obviously they gained a tower kill from it, but not having it, it could cost them. As Ralph has to go D top. It's a monster wave.
Yeah,
it has to be dealt with.
And they know
So
this. AG knows this, and they're just going to go right.
Ralph's not there.
Yeah, this is a free Syndara unless a huge misplay is done here.
Ooh, it's not free. This is going to be contested.
Oh, Zeeble is going down there in the back. Not able to get much done. Here comes Relit. They are fighting this out. AG is on the run right now. And Trixie is being chased down by Wolf Joe, but I think he's going to be fine. And they're just going to back off of this. And they're going to try and finish off Syndara themselves now. But here comes everybody else. Thatchy getting some heals off. He is going to go down. There goes the Earthquake. Marley in a little bit of trouble. Can they try and turn this on OJ Concentrate? His ult did go off there, that seemed, but not enough. Some decent stuns coming out. And Flipside Tactics is still in control of this. I don't know if they want to just finish this and run. They have Wolf Joe here. Can they make this happen? They're going to keep trying to pressure it. Now it's time to go.
And once again, like a large reason of why they're successful in that fight is because not only Runcroft staying alive, but also Wolf Joe. Runcroft coming in late almost benefited the team there because he couldn't be targeted by any of the assassins or all-inners on the side of AG. So, you know, sometimes not being at the fight when it starts is a benefit, and that was definitely the case there. Nice fight overall from F3. AG don't lose too many, but they lose the Syndara, and we see that happen so many times. Whichever team starts the Syndara and has to back off of it, loses it. But Hale is top lane dealing damage to the Gen. I don't know if he bought teleport boots. Yeah, he did. And he came up top. So this Gen is down to half health. I can't see it dying here because the support is nearby, but it's not a bad play by him to make his way up here. It is a little costly in the money department because he loses like 700 gold off of the exchange of boots, and it's going to set him back from getting whatever his next item is going to be, which is probably a stone skin.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's not a bad idea. If he could have gotten the Gen, then it would have been an amazing idea. But now he just sets it up so it's backdoorable.
So we're gonna have a pause here for a few minutes. We have a player who has to take care of something real quick. So we're just gonna throw up a song. Everybody, bathroom break time. You definitely want to come back in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. We'll probably be out of this pause and back to playing some Strife. And we'll talk about what's going on at that point. So hang with us. We'll be right back, guys. Okay, everybody, we are back. This pause is coming out, so I'm switching back to game. And what I want to say right before this happened is, while all that was going on, OJ Concentrate was up here. He's committed to trying to get this generator. I don't know if he's going to finish it off. No, he's not. Can they kill the rest of these creeps? Oh my god, that is so close. Hogan, they almost got a generator out of that.
Yeah, I talked about it before the pause, and
yep.
You know, it's an interesting decision, and I like it. Even though he didn't kill it, it's essentially dead now. It's backdoorable at later stages of the game. You know, in the back of their mind, every time they're going to push out forward and try and win somewhere on the map, they have to acknowledge the fact that that gen can go down in a moment's notice, especially with the TP boots now on Hale. So I think it's a net victory, not a net victory, but a good decision to buy those boots for Hale.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that is very, very backdoorable. And is it Relit is he sticking around waiting to see if that backdoor is going to happen? Because he's not in this fight just yet. It looks like he is rotating down now.
The backdoor can't really happen right now because
the wave is way too pushed, yeah.
They would lose too much.
But SMD is coming around looking for angles. It's actually going to miss completely and is going to go down right there. He dies. But in the background, OJ Concentrate doing some work there. Nobody dead on Flipside Tactic. That plant was placed in a pretty decent position, just kind of more defensive, and they're kind of backing off of this. This monkey is definitely going to fall, so they got a tower out of it. They did lose their Jinshi and the Malady on the other side, so I think Flipside is probably fine with that exchange. Well, maybe not fine because they almost lost a generator out of all that, so I don't know. A Bone actually might die here as well. No, the Rockets do miss. No, they're going to continue on this. And they will get the kill there, and they're also going to need a Baldir. So this is starting to look better and better of an engagement in the end for Flipside Tactics.
Yeah, and I said it before, I'll say it again. The later this game goes, the more it's going to favor Flipside, in my opinion. Especially with Carter, he's only a couple hundred away from finishing off his power conduit. Wolf Joe probably working on a crushing mace next. These are game-breaking items that are coming out from the side of Flipside. 2,000 gold in Runk Ralph's bank. I don't even know what he's going to build, but he just spent it all, so something's coming. If this game continues on for another 5 minutes or so, I expect F3 to be in favor. I think if you're AG, there's a sense of urgency. You need to be precise, and you need to take some good fights now. Otherwise, they're going to deathball you.
Yeah, so we'll see how Ascent Gaming here respawns. And they are rotating mid lane. I don't know if they're going to find any type of gank attempt. Flipside Tactics does have both these bushes, though. They were looking for something. Marley is out in the mid. You know, obviously bait, but I don't think Ascent Gaming is going to fall for that one bit. But Flipside's pretty patient up here. Wolf Joe is just sitting in this bush waiting for something to happen. Nah, but it's not. So looks like teams are going to go back to farming a bit. We'll see. Flipside might try and push up and just backdoor this tower, by the way. Or wait for the creep wave, because why not? There's just one creep to kill. So there's going to be possibly a fight here. Warping in with Hale. They timed it. They need to back off of this. Zeeble actually has the ult activated, and that's going to scare them off. But that's now on cooldown. It's not the longest cooldown. It's 60 seconds or so to go for some explosive rounds to come back up. And we'll see what happens. SMD has been taking so much damage this game from those rockets. I mean, that's the problem with when you're someone like Malady versus, you know, a Carter on the other team. Getting hit with 2 of those rockets can be devastating.
Yeah, SMD's had a pretty tough time this game. I mean, if you look at his score, he's 2, 8, and 5. He's definitely dying a lot. He does have to commit very far to get any good damage in the enemy team, so that's probably the main reason why. OJC's charging in, he's trying to get engaged, but there's already a wind rush out of there, so they're okay. Meanwhile, Ralph is just bringing up the mid lane, so they have lanes in favor in every single lane for F3 right now. They're going to split off Ralph to the bottom. He's going to continue to just amass a huge amount of farm. He has over 500 GPM already, and no. F3 are going to try and bushwhack them.
Oh no, who's it going to be on? SMD, if this breaks early... No, okay, they're going to get out. And they're going to be fine. They're looking for someone in that bush. They're not able to find them. They might have a good idea where they're at now once they find out that this area is clear. But everyone's going to back off.
Yeah, it was a good try. They didn't catch anybody out, so conservative movement from AG was smart.
Is this smart?
If someone gets caught there, it's bad.
They're going for Baldir. They're going to get it very, very quickly, but Sindara, I guess, is about 30 seconds away, so plenty of time still. However, Ascent Gaming is already controlling the area, so we'll see what Flipside Tactics is going to be able to do to kind of push into that.
Yeah, I think they let Marley lead the way like they've done before, and Marley's probably going to bush check this. Oh no, they're going to do it with the rockets, of course, first. SMD does get hit, but he'll be okay. And, you know, AG is positioned well for this scenario, but we saw what happened last time they were positioned well for it. They started it, they don't finish it because they can't kill it fast enough, and then it gets turned around and you're just handing it to F3. So instead, they need to find an opportunity to pick a fight, and similar to the last series, they need to find a way to get to Relic. That was the whole problem for PLS in one of those games. They're not getting on top of Carter past the 15-minute mark. And if Carter survives through these fights, you're probably not winning these fights.
Yeah, and he's getting pretty big right now. If we look at his power, it's 290 at the moment. He's not building the other item at right this second, but it could get pretty scary. He does not have a ton of gold on his hand. But yeah, we're gonna see. It's gonna come down to another Sindara fight, as a lot of Strife games at this level end up doing anyway. So get ready for that. Runkralf actually is going to get cut off there, but the rest of the team from AG is just not around. And they are quickly rotating around here. They're just trying to find the angle right now. This tower is still up, which is definitely in Flipside's favor. Oh, they're going to go in now. Thatch has got to be careful. Here goes. No, Thatchy is definitely going to fall. Marley's in the background, but he's taking a ton of damage. He's going to hexed out. That's 2 for 1 at the moment, because Hale is going to fall. Relic getting the kill there. So we'll see if they're going to try and push this. I don't think they can push this tower, especially with Hale down. But are they going to go right for Sindara?
Yeah, it's great they got the kills, but the kills are on the non-essentials. Like, all 3 of the damage dealers for F3 still stand, so Sindara is not really an option right here. It's super high risk, and the fact that Relic can just poke in at it safely, it means it's probably not worth doing. Wolfjo gets a Hexbane on the side, but they can't finish him off.
It's a giant wolf guy. It's hard to kill that guy. However, Runkralf positioning is amazing right now if the rest of his team was here. Otherwise, he's about to die.
Is a one-man team.
Here comes Relic. Runkralf has such amazing position. Oh my god! That's 1 down. I'm assuming Thomas is going to fall right here. Bone is going to go down as well. And then so is SMD. Whoa! And so that's going to be another Sindara. Now this time they got to be careful, because this could be going right for a generator, and they might not have a tower to help defend it.
Ralph is a one-man team.
Did Ralph, his positioning in that bush, they did not spot that out. And they were just in the bottom here thinking it was safe. Coming in with that rocket jump was so huge. Are they going to go right for generator right now? People are down for 30 seconds. They have Wolfjo. They have a plant. They're gonna go right for this. OJ Concentrate, it's gonna get Hexbaned out. He is gonna fall. This is definitely gonna be a generator.
Do you know who Hexbaned him?
Runkralf?
The one-man team.
You're the biggest Runkralf fanboy.
He's the best player, and he doesn't get enough credit from everybody. Like, he is a monster, and, you know, I was looking at his items before, and I saw he built the huge health, and I was like, he really is building a Hexbane here.
Yeah.
Like, he has plenty of damage items. There's no reason to go over the top and buy something else. He does a lot of damage, so he's buying control items. It's a very smart way to play. And, you know, he's only died once this game. Wolfjo's died 0 times this game. Like, these are key heroes that just aren't being taken down. Looking at the other side, AG, their lowest death count is on Trixie. She's only died twice, but the other heroes have all died 3 or more times. So it's not the same story if you look across the board, and that's odd when you consider the fact that AG had a monstrous early game lead. They just weren't killing the key targets enough.
Yeah, are they giving up this this monkey, though? It does not look like they are caring too much about it. There was, like, nobody here to contest this. I mean, they got the generator, they got Baldir, but... Alright, so here they are. They're coming in. Marley with the jump, getting off the Everwinter Charm. SMD going invulnerable. Probably going to die here to Wolfjo here in a second. No, still alive! Making plays happen. SMD is going to live. This is a really nice turn of events here for Ascent Gaming. But this monkey is still alive, just barely. The only person to die here is 2 tanks on both sides. So they're still going to push with this, but I'm pretty confident Ascent Gaming is going to be able to even defend this at the tower. Or are they going to give up the tower and just fall back to the generator?
Yeah, they can't really contest.
Okay.
As long as the power trio is up, if they're odd or if they're even numbers, they can't contest. They have to have more people, and it's just so difficult at this point in the game for them to ever accomplish that. So, you know, Ascent is at the point where they need like a miracle. They need a Hail Mary to get them back into this game, and they're close to getting one in OJC, almost taking that top generator, but he just came a little damage short of it, and ever since that point, they've just been constantly losing fights or going even in fights, but going even as losing at this point, especially considering how big their early game lead was. You can look at that gold graph. You can see it peaked around 10,000 gold at one point, and now it's all the way down the other way 10,000.
Yeah, it's huge swing in Flipside Tactics' favor, but I definitely would not count Ascent Gaming out of this game yet. Absolutely not. They just have to start finding the right picks, or you know, coming together in one of those team fights, and this whole game gets you know, swing right back in their favor.
Yeah, if they kill Vermilion, then the team fight gets a lot more simple for them. They kill Relit, same thing. But they have to get to these heroes and kill them. Relit had 3 deaths, like, I want to say 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and he stayed at 3 deaths. So his deaths are all from the earlier portion of the game. He hasn't died for a long time, and that's largely due to his positioning. He plays so far back. He just hits his missiles from really far back. He's a very good, if not the best, Carter player. And even with the slight delay they're receiving, he's still very talented.
Yeah, we look, Harrer on Wolf Joe, no deaths yet. Marley, though, going to step into trouble there, but he's pretty tanky himself. Thatchy in the background going to fall as well. Maybe not, taking some heals, still alive. Thatchy's actually making it out of there impressively enough. And F3 is here to party. And again, Jinshi goes down and Claudessa goes down. The only two to die in that fight. So, I mean, they're basically going even again, but it's not what you want to be doing. And, you know, they're down like their major tank at the moment. So Flipside could try and abuse that and go for an objective here. Oh, Tompass just gets deleted there. SMD might be in a little bit of trouble as well. He's going to have to back out. Rumpfrauf has... Whoa, what was that? Was a misplay, absolutely, and Rumpfrauf is going to fall, and that's what we talk about. If they can get to that Rumpfrauf, that's huge money for them. And, you know, he's now out of the fight for a whole minute. I don't know if they're able to...
hard there.
Yeah. I'm assuming he wanted to turn around first.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to click it behind him. He accidentally clicked in front of him. Sometimes if you target abilities like right on your hero, even if you're favored to the right direction, it randomizes your direction. It's a glitch that existed in like every game ever.
Yep.
Like it happens if you try to hook it with Pudge or Blitzcrank. I've tested it in all the games and it's really obnoxious. So that could have been it, or you could have just flat out misclicked. Either way, it's still not that bad. Like they're still pinned back at their base AG. Ralph is gonna have enough time to respawn and be fine. They got Baldir. Wolfjo was over at Baldir with Thatchy. So they continue to build on their gold lead. They might just wait for the next Sindara and then try and all in with that bad boy.
Yeah, Sindara's about to spawn right now, and Marley just using the Firefall there to get the vision, which I guess is fine. It's low cooldown at this point, but they just want to make sure they control this area. Sindara is going to spawn, and I mean, technically, Harrower here can just solo this. They don't need anybody else. They are going to pop in here. They're just to get the cursed wand off. Oh, here they go. Here's the backdoor attempt. And they got spotted out, so they're backing off from this. They do not want to give anything up here.
Yeah, they definitely respect the backdoor. They don't want to give up a gen for a Sindara because it's not really worth it. Sindara doesn't
and they're going to fall all in here. I don't know. OJ Concentrate is going to go down. No, he actually gets the Earthquake off first, but it's just not enough. He is going to fall. Marley is still on the warpath here. He's trying to keep Zeevil down, but it's really hard to do. SMD is now going to get chased down right now. Yak Attack is down. SMD is going to fall. And Thatchy is still alive in the background there. So, yeah, I mean, another huge team fight won by Flipside Tactics. They are just so in control of this game right now. Are they going to go right for a generator? Is that the plan here?
They might just kill Fetterstone here. In fact, Fetter's dead. There's no way in hell he's alive.
Oh, yeah, not sure what he was thinking here. He's going to try and fight, but he is just going to hit spin out, and he's going to die.
Yeah, so Ralph took a very aggressive path again to cut him off. And look at all the heroes on F3's side. The person cutting him off is Vermilion. Yeah. That's Ralph's aggression. And now they're going to kill Bone under tower, take the gen, and this is going to be game.
think this might be the end of game one. We have Trixie up in 3 seconds. Hale's up right now. I don't know if this is actually going to be game.
I think it should be game.
They put the plant down, and they just have to kite them around long enough, keep them healthy enough, just to keep this going. And this is definitely the end of game one. Flipside Tactics taking it over Ascent Gaming. That was some impressive playing going on both sides there. And we're going to exit out of this.